Greetings and Chatelet, everyone. This is the Marshall Major 3, or Major III, depending on who you talk to. Right now I'm using the V-Moda Speakeasy Lightning Deck cable in here because this is my best bet for using cords on, Bluetooth headphones when I want to use it corded, and when I want to plug it into my Lightning iPhone. But the standard cable, when you and by the way, I did try this out on Bluetooth. I'll get to that. First things first, you are aware, of course, my YouTube channel doesn't allow comments, and why. If there's any question about why, just go to my website, my name, and you'll have the answer. It's not my fault, it's YouTube's fault, Google. So anyway, there's the Marshall Major 3, and here is the coiled cable. I haven't even uncoiled it yet. It has the 3 connector on the front for controls, and then the part that goes into the ear cup is regular standard stereo plug, 3.5 millimeter. Which is the same as what's in the in this headphone right now. But just ahead of the right there next to the headphone jack, you can see the micro USB port, and that's the other cable that comes in this box, which is right here. Let's take it out of the wrapper here. Well, I got some nice texture on that cable right there. Make it look kind of fancy. That's the USB-A to micro USB. A lot of people complain about micro USB, and they claim USB-C is better. But for a small, lightweight headphone, this charges in no time. And USB-C plugs are maybe a little bit slightly better on one end, but not on the other. And here's the official user manual and instructions on Bluetooth. By the way, the Bluetooth connected immediately to my iPhone. Didn't have to struggle with it for a second. It was just perfect. And I didn't test it I didn't stress test it for distance and interference in industrial zones and things like that. I assume in an industrial zone it'll get interference like almost every Bluetooth headphone I've had. And as far as distance, it'll go around my apartment, which is, 25 feet or so at least. And we got some other stuff, warranty papers and so on. It's very important with the Marshall to get the genuine product, because when they were selling this for $79 on Amazon and B&H recently, the people were commenting on Amazon they got fake ones. And so somebody put in a question to B&H, and B&H said they're an authorized dealer and all theirs are absolutely genuine. So I got the box. This is the inner box here. This cardboard black box holding the accessories. And outside of the box looks like this. This just goes on the retail shelf and so on. It has some stuff on the side here. And it even has a kind of a frequency graph on here or whatever. But you can look really closely at this box and how nicely it's done and how precisely it's done, and check out the headphone close up, and it certainly appears genuine in every way. I don't think they could fool me very easy, especially on these on the logo down here that's done in those raised white letters with that rubbery finish. So ear cups are kind of small. The openings in them are really small. They're kind of hard to say how big those are. It looks like about 3/4 to 0.8 of an inch. So let's see, these are stitched ear pads, and they're a little thicker than the Marshall 2, Major 2. Very squishy. This is very comfortable. I've worn this for quite some time, and it's very, very comfortable. The headphone is so light that the lack of extra padding on the headband shouldn't matter to anybody. All I had to do to pair with my iPhone is just hold this switch down for a couple seconds, and I haven't tried out the other features because I'm not interested in those. I don't take calls on these, and I don't do the other stuff, whatever it is people do. The cable plugs in on the right side, right ear cup. The range of adjustment is pretty amazing. Now, see, I've got this down about 1 inch on either side, and that's wearing on top of a baseball cap with a full-size head. So this is going to fit a very large head down to pretty small heads. Very good range of adjustment. And so like I said, I've already charged it once and it charged pretty quick. You might be interested in the sound. The build quality is really, really good. It doesn't look like much. It doesn't look fancy at all like a lot of headphones, but you know, it's really seems to be very well made. And again, you got to get the genuine article from an authorized dealer. Don't cheat yourself. And this also folds. It has that kind of a V-Moto style click fold down here. And probably had that since the beginning with Marshalls. So the sound, that's the key to all this. This is remarkable compared to my previous Marshalls, assuming my previous Marshalls were genuine, and I'm pretty sure they were. I find the treble slightly recessed compared to Sennheiser 600 or 800, but not so much recessed compared to things like the Focal E Lear or the AudioQuest Nighthawk, Night Owl, and so on. It's really pretty remarkable. I would like to show a sample curve that I did. I boosted the bass around 40 hertz, about 6 dB. That seems to be just right. Same as previous Marshalls. So, you know, the upper bass is fine. It's I think it's full up for almost any kind of pop music or whatever. So that's a little tiny thing, you know, the real deep bass down around 40. If you listen to pipe organ or heavy synthesizer, you might want to boost the bass there a little bit. And then in the upper treble, a few decibels, you know, to bring out the cymbals and that kind of stuff. Although I must say, with even a modest boost around, say 7 to 9 kilohertz, it doesn't seem to roll off sharply above 10 like a lot of headphones do. In fact, most headphones that have a peak around 9 kilohertz roll off rapidly above that, at least for a few kilohertz. But this one seems to have that shimmer and sparkle that goes way out there. So I commend them on that. And the unusual thing about this is one of the rare headphones that I've had that do not have a 9 kilohertz peak. It actually is a little soft at 9 kilohertz, like it is at, say, between 6 and 10 in that vicinity, upper treble. So the sound is quite good. Now, of course, one of the reasons I equalize, besides to have a more natural sound, I like my headphone to sound like live music sounds to me without anything on my ears. Just go to a concert with my naked ears, hear the sound, and I want to hear the same thing on my headphones. So I want a natural, neutral sound. And that's what I equalize for. I don't equalize for hearing deficiencies or anything like that. I want it to sound natural, like live music. So in that respect, this thing gets pretty close, and it's pretty amazing. So once I get whatever equalizing that I need in here, then I'm listening for distortions that are, you know, any harshness or anything like that. So far, I don't find anything. I think it's just amazing. It's a really, really good deal here. And I paid $600 for a Pioneer recently, a special edition. And the difference between that and this, well, the Pioneer is more spacious, has a greater dynamic range, and so on and so forth. And it looks a lot fancier, but of course this is more portable, and it's Bluetooth, and it sounds very, very, very good. So no, it's at $120, it's a great deal, I think. That $80 deal, I still don't know about that. B&H had them for $80, but I don't know if I didn't read the statement about them being genuine until after the price went back up to 120. So I can't comment further on that. Headphone does have some isolation. It's decent for a lot of outdoor use, but it's not high isolation. I didn't measure the leakage on it, but I imagine using it on a plane or a bus or anything like that, it'll be fine. I can't imagine anybody going to be bothered by any leakage from it. in a noisy environment like that. So what we have here is a pretty nifty product. I don't remember seeing a 1/4-inch adapter in here somewhere. You know, I was kind of thinking they're, you know, I don't think they have one in there. Let's see what the book says they're supposed to have, if it does. Contents include, should say so on the outside of the box. Let's see what the outside of the box says. Included in the box, headphone, cable. That has a microphone on it, by the way, the cable. Micro USB charging cable, user manual, that's it. Okay, no 1/4-inch adapter, just as well. Who's going to use that? And this is a Marshall Major 3, and can't say good enough about it. So highly recommended. Thank you very much.